Hi, my name is Katie, and I'm going to do a talk about my aunt. Basically, this year I'm doing the Relay for Life, and I did it last year, but the reason I decided to do it this year is because a couple months ago I lost my aunt to cancer, and so I'm just going to tell you a little bit about her story, because I think that I shouldn't move the camera. Okay. Because I think that anybody who hears this story will really benefit, and it will inspire you just to live your life to the best you can. So on September 20th in 2005, my Aunt Denise, Denise Van Horn, was diagnosed with kidney cancer. She was diagnosed right after she ran a marathon, which qualified her to run the Boston Marathon, which was a huge goal for her. She's a true athlete. Growing up, she was like award-winning for gymnastics and really athletic. My aunt was the healthiest person that I've ever known. So when she ran that marathon that qualified her for the Boston, she didn't know that she had cancer at that time. And then shortly later, she was diagnosed. The type of cancer she had, they have an average rate of 5 years after the diagnosis before usually you pass. In October 31st, 2005, she had an operation where they removed 2 of her organs, and they reorganized essentially the rest of her organs at the London Health Sciences Centre. And because of her fitness level, what was supposed to be a 12-hour surgery was reduced to 8 hours. And what's usually supposed to be 48 hours in ICU was cut in half. The next 3 months, she worked as hard as she could. And she ended up running the Boston Marathon on April 16, 2007. So she actually got to complete her goal. When she was training for her next marathon, after completing that one, she felt tightness in her chest, and she was told that the cancer had come back. So basically, she's just an amazing person. She was, I think, only 52 or 53 when she passed. And she left behind a lot of people. Her daughter, a year younger than me, she's 23. And her son is 27. And tons of family. I have a huge family, just tons of family. Her funeral was like the saddest thing I've ever been to in my life. And the theme was, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, because she was such a tiny, like, she was really small. She was probably like 5'2" or 5'3", I don't know. And she was so tiny, and she had the biggest personality that it would just light up the room as soon as she walked in. So yeah, so this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, is just all-encompassing everything that she was. She raised so much money for cancer and for MS, which she didn't even have. One of her friend's sisters had it. And she's just an amazing, amazing person. And I said that if I could live my life just like half as good as she did, like, anyone, if they could do that, that'd be a huge blessing for them. She passed away on March 23rd, this year, 2009. So she actually only lived the 4 years after she was diagnosed. And my Uncle Randy, her husband, who she's been with since she was 17, he said to me that, you know, Katie, like, they're supposed to, they said the 5 years, you know, and she only made it 4. And she's a fighter. And I said, well, yeah, but how many of them run marathons in the meantime? She finished the Boston Marathon in, I want to get this right, so I have to look, 4 hours, 5 minutes, and 15 seconds, finishing 13,892nd overall, which sounds not like that awesome, but there's a lot of people who run that marathon, so she did really, really well. But she's just an inspirational person, and that's why I'm doing the walk this year for her. It's a 12-hour relay, and everybody takes turns walking the track, but I'm gonna do all 12 hours. I figured if somebody could run a 5-hour marathon with cancer, or about 8 months after going through a huge surgery to remove cancer, that I'm pretty sure that I, as a healthy person, can walk for 12 hours. That's why I'm going to do the Relay for Life, and I'm trying to raise a lot of money. My goal is $5,000 for my team. I personally have raised $60 to $100 so far, and I just want to raise so much money that everyone's just blown away. And that day when I do the walk on June 19th, I'm gonna wear her number that she wore on the Relay for Life. I mean, on the Boston Marathon, I'm gonna wear that number across my chest, just to show like my support for her, which is 17239. So anyway, the reason I'm doing this is just so people know her story, and I'm gonna do a few others just explaining her life and what she means to me and a lot of other people in my family and friends. And I guess a donation is what I am requesting. It doesn't have to be a lot at all, honestly. You can do it online. All I'm asking for is $5. The reason I asked for this is because I don't feel like $5 is a lot to give. So I'm not asking for a lot. And I know that if I could just get a lot of people donating $5, it would just end up being a phenomenal amount of money. And then it's, I guess, my way of coping with this, because I know my aunt raised so much money for cancer that now I want to carry on her light. So please sponsor me and help me out, because I know that cancer affects a lot of people, and even if it hasn't affected you, I'm sure you know somebody somewhere that it's affected. Both of my grandparents died from stomach cancer. My friend James, I'm gonna just try to show him. He's laying over there. I don't know if this shows him. Let's just hope it did. His father died 3 years ago of multiple myeloma. So anybody who knows, anybody who has been touched by cancer, and anybody who's lost a fight with cancer, I hate to say lost the fight because she's a winner, so I don't want to say she lost. But anyway, so just with any kind of advice, just live your life and cherish every moment. And as James gave me a quote, and it said, live every moment, because every moment is a new and unique moment, one that is and will never be again. So that's my advice, and thank you very much for supporting me and carrying on my aunt's will. Thanks.